go. Over the years, Isiolo County politics has witnessed shifting in alliances, changing of party loyalties, and intense competition when it comes to election. And more of it, it has tested both the leaders and the electorates. Isiolo County has been known in politics to have a conversation that touches on matter of representation, development, and the matters that pertain the future of the county. To disbank this, as the political landscape continues to evolve, we want to know, and the many questions that rises, is where are we standing as Isiolo? Where is the future? What is the future of the politics of Isiolo, as much as politics is concerned, and what is going to be the conversation that people are going to have ahead of 2027 general election? Joining me this to debunk the truth and tell us the in and out is a man who is known to be in this political space for a long period. He is known for his vocal and participation, actively participating in the politics of Isiolo County. I'm joined by AG Guracha, and my name is Delgado Guyo Ali. Welcome to the discussion that we are about to tell you the truth and nothing else, and as unfiltered as it is. Welcome on board, sir.
Oh, thank you.
We want to start.
Yep.
Let's start with 2022. You are closely associated with the BCE camp. You are deep into them. There's something looking back. What do you think went wrong? The function of this during this 2022 gubernatorial election.
Many things. Um, you see, there are many variables when it comes to politics that need to fit perfectly for it to register a win, a victory. 2022, I'll give you a brief. There was the BC function, popularly known in local dialect Dinedida,
Yes.
and there is of course the other faction which is headed by the governor Guyo, which was Fune Funa in the local dialect. Uh, I was part of the BCE team. I was also part of the clan coalition, which is Jima. I was the secretariat. I was also the spokesperson. I was also with the team Wasoborona Professionals. I was also there the spokesperson. I am still the spokesperson, and also BCE. I was the one. I was part of the meeting which we did in Kina, and also I had to communicate. You see, when we are in Kina, for example, Bisanadi, the expectations are that the people get real time communication in Basa, in Merti, in Modogash, Garba, Kulamawe, Kina, Kipsing, Olonyiro, Siolo Centro here. They wanted to know what's the decision is. So it was my duty to communicate to everywhere. So the problem, what happened to us at that time, what went wrong is one, the team was a puzzle put together. The quality was a bit we did not pay attention to the quality of the candidates that we had. There was no money. We actually fundraised. We actually contributed. Most of our candidates, even some who have been in government for like two terms, were broke. And you know, it needed logistics. You have to fuel a car to go from one position to another. You had to also visit the electorate. It was so, and also there was the interclan wrangles. We divided the votes among the seats among ourselves. So
Do you think that that is the biggest mistake?
I'm just giving you it was a cumulative kind of thing.
Okay.
We divided among ourselves the whole seat. We had Karayu, we gave it Isiolo South. Jima, we took governor. Dambenon, we took senator. The others, so we left nothing for the other communities, and we needed their votes. So if you look at it, it wasn't a very clever thing. Also, most of our candidates weren't even money. There was no money, so we had to raise. We had to even hype the Mapenzi Bila Pesa thing, and also it was a tribal thing. So you know, it didn't work out. The other, we were alienated. And also, when you looked at it, the candidates themselves, at the end of the day, you see this thing is like a relay. the foot soldiers, we ran the race. It's like a relay. So we passed the button. The money and all the other factors, resources, also, that's also another button. By the time we reached the candidate, they were supposed to finish. They were supposed to be good sprinters. What happened was on the D-Day, it was when we handed the buttons to the candidate, it was like Usain Bolt versus an ordinary person. So Governor Guyo proved to be fit. He had the connection, he had the energy. Most of our candidates weren't even present. So in short, which I'm telling you was that on the D-Day, on the day itself, we lost also majorly because of the types of candidates that we had. And they also, you see, if in such a race, you will definitely lose. If you have a Usain Bolt in the race and you are some ordinary run-of-the-mill guy, you will lose. But if it will have been ile race ya walemavu tungeshinda vibaya sana.
Yeah, coming on that, was 2022 lost primarily because of the Governor Guyo's popularity or the weaknesses within the BC camp?
Yeah, I have given the weaknesses that we had because the most candidates weren't prepared, they weren't money. Kwanza kutafuta siasa unajitosha. Governor Guyo was thorough. That guy came in 3 months. He ran a well-oiled campaign. You see, this is a guy even from where we were hearing. He was dealing with the big wigs in Nairobi. He had the connection. He has the money. Even right now, with or without the government, he will embarrass people here in 2027.
It was all over the social media. You shifted your side to Governor's Guyo camp. And at what point did you personally begin to feel that Governor Guyo present a different kind of political direction for Isiolo?
Yeah, he had the connection. He was a guy who doesn't think tribal. Okay. It's not in his wiring. This is a guy who is wired well. He's a generally good man. You can do business with him. When I met him, I left. Our politics is mostly tribal. But look at the kind of people he employs. His coalition partners are the Turkana here. The Deputy Governor Loasa, he was working with Samuel. He's working on this and with Mumina. He even worked with Senator Dulo. This is a guy who works up. This is a guy who loves everyone. He was not kind of brought up socialized on the tribal basis. He's a guy who ran a campaign in Nairobi and won in Kikuyu zone. Elected. You can imagine.
So do you mean that having shifted your allegiance to Governor Guyo, what else can you say that it convinced you or rather informed you to support Governor Guyo?
I compared. I made comparisons. Okay. I made comparisons with him, between him and Candid. Look at the candidates that we had after election. Most in our locals tonight at Abile Wagab, they got something. You see, we are Africans. Our morality does not allow us to desert our friends. Most of them don't keep they left us full soldiers. They are there. They have they've got jobs and all that. So in my view, he took care of all even the likes of Kinai Markiu, the likes of those who were with him, the likes of some of our brothers who later left. They have been here working, earning a lot of money for 3 or so years. So this is a guy who doesn't leave anyone behind. If you are a warrior, you will want to be with someone in the battlefield, in the trench, who will not leave. And I have told you, I have reiterated this fact. We are men. When you go to war, I will want him to be by my side. Because what? Because I know he will not leave me behind. And when I made comparisons, finally we elect people who break promise, who don't who betray trust, and who lie. You see?
You have mentioned something, and just to ask you, you have worked with the other side, and now, looking back at 2022, what is this one thing that you know now about Governor Guyo that you wished you had earlier known or you didn't know that time?
Yeah. There was this stereotype which was moving around that he is not learned. He's not. I got surprised when I sat with him. He understands the gist when it comes to the Queen's language. He's a brilliant guy. He's a very brilliant guy. That's why he surprises. I could not harmonize. The success that he had.
Yes.
From a humble beginning, he ruled in Nairobi County. Yes. I could not harmonize. He could work with all tribes. Okay. This is a guy who, if he runs a campaign today, No one will come close. So the misconception that is continuing to be portrayed is that he is not like this is a very learned man. I realized he's a brilliant guy, street smart, streetwise, and the funny thing with most of these politicians of ours, these people of ours, these politicians of ours, they say they went to school. Some say they are lawyers.
Okay.
You are if Orengo does not need to say he's a lawyer. He has won landmark court cases.
Yes.
These people in their profession, they are nobodies. But when you look at when you look around, they say they have. It's like they talk of papers. Knowledge should qualify those papers, not the other way around. And when you look at them, they have done. It's like their professional life doesn't exist. Most of them will look for appointments. They have been looking for maybe administrative. Then now after election, they will look for also the bill they work about. They will look for appointments from the president and all that kind of thing. Their papers, I don't know. They can't go look for a job using those papers. It's like when they talk of papers, mi nafikiria ni kama mwenda wazimu anaokota makaratasi njiani. Unaona? Yeah, it's meaningless. They have nothing to say for themselves in their professional career.
You're now on the other side, yeah? So, according to your opinion, what do you believe that Governor Guyo stands for politically? Is it all about inclusivity, development, or is it something else that perhaps you, on your own view, can you tell us?
You see, for a politician, you are taking on responsibility. One thing people don't really know about leadership is if you are mean, if you don't know how to give, don't take political office. Because you want to take on masul, or what they, you want to take on responsibility for the ummah, and you can't give nothing. Governor Guyo is a politician who can sit, listen, and give an electorate or a voter a million shilling.
Okay.
Compare it with 500 or this, which can't help anybody. The intention, I don't know the intention behind giving someone 500. He said, and let me tell you, politicians think the voters, the poor are beggars. No, they're the one who are begging people for their votes. They are the one who are bringing up children. They are bringing their children up based on our vote. How do you say the billions, which is worth our vote of shillings, the fuel guzzlers, and then you tell the voters beggars? Governor Guyo take care of people. It takes care of people. It takes care of voters. You get to him, and not small money. And two, he has achieved. He has look at what he does. Look at the abattoir. Look at the road. This guy built, when you go into the interiors, over 160. Connecting the town, the wards around there. This water is everywhere in Matadeza. Go around, check. You see. So, and that's why he beats people. That's why he beats most of these politicians. If you look at them, where the other day senators they are talking about corruption, and the senators themselves, they take this money. They are the ones who rob the governors. Between a person who is robbed and the robber, who is better?
Having your say on that, Isiolo politics has been known historically. Is the kind of politics that rely on clans. It's all about the regional politics and the clan, the community considerations. In your view, is Governor Guyo succeeding in moving
Yes.
Isiolo differently from that mentality
Yes.
that Isiolo has?
Yes. Governor Guyo, I was his opponent, one big opponent. I didn't know him, those them closely. I'm now the one who's speaking. You see? And he's not my clanmate. Governor Guyo, I am telling you, things are moving away from tribal and into issue-based. How? Actually, we didn't even look properly because let me ask you. We gave birth to the Nedida. We gave birth to the BC faction in Kina in 2022, sorry. Imagine Governor Guyo came in 3 months and we split Kina votes half. It was a Borona stronghold. Yes, he played MCA politics. We went in our time, they called it Lancaster. We went equal in Sericho, Iresaboru. Go fact find. In Borona stronghold. And we were hyping a Borona narrative.
Okay.
A tribal narrative. So these are guys, if we were going equal in Kina and where we gave birth to Din Medida, and he was only 3 months old in that election and he won. So what will happen? And look at the conversation that's going on right now.
So
He has achieved to push it away from tribal to issue based.
So leaving out that, last year, 2025, there was an attempt to impeach Governor Guyo that ultimately failed. And how do you interpret that episode politically? You see, what do you believe it revealed about the forces that were operating within the Isiolo politics?
It was I was involved in the process. I was part. I actually breakfast mimi hiyo siku nilichukua bunge towers. So I was seated inside the Senate.
Okay.
Nilikuwa naangalia sasa senators kina Boni Kalwale, kina Karen Nyamu, kina Sifuna. You know, so even right now people see do you know when the impeachment came, it on the floor, do you know we didn't get any single senator. He won in that Senate squarely. And those are national leaders. What they used, I don't know. Some people said it was Sokohuru.
Yeah.
So now,
I was about to ask you about Sokohuru.
yeah, even if it's Sokohuru, and even that's what we said the other time. Even if Sokohuru, now he won. So the impeachment built him politically. No one right now comes close, and also he has the support of the ground. Most if you ungeangalia hiyo siku ya impeachment, Isiolo people were in that scene, were in that Senate supporting him.
Okay, so was the attempt generally about the governance and accountability, as they said that time, or it was primarily about the political attempt to remove the elected governor from the office?
Yeah, there was it's a political move because we had that 3 years. MRQ was there, but what Governor Guyo did was he called in the guy, his competitor, Governor Doyo. When MRQ saw, he had this maybe illusions that he had a political future with Governor Guyo.
Yes.
So when the Governor Doyo aliitwa, it was in Oldonyiro, the first Saturday. Governor Guyo was trying to build bridge. So that you see, this other guy got almost 26 votes, 26,000 votes. Governor Guyo got 28,000 votes. It was close. So the Governor Guyo was like, why he bridged the divide, that we all come together with our government. We joined the county. So what happened when Governor Doyo was brought, MRQ felt threatened. So even living there, if you listen to his message, wakati alitoka Oldonyiro, alisema siasa ni interest. Unaona? So is there, yeah, it's in public, yeah. So he said siasa ni interest. Immediately kutoka hapo, I remember Governor Guyo said he took 500,000 from him for fuel.
Okay.
Na hiyo ndo alienda naye kuchukua impeachment.
Okay.
So it was never about policy, it was never about it was political. I felt threatened by these other people who are coming into the government.
Now, we in Isiolo now, currently, we are having an opposition camp that remains critical to the Governor Guyo. How do you assess the current opposition in Isiolo? Then, what are they getting it right, and where are they getting it wrong?
Which opposition? Let me say something. First of all, the opposition are fighting each other more than the governor. First of all, because there are conflict of interest. The other day they were called up Ayo village, karibu watu wapigane mkono. Because there were conflict of interest. You see, na umesikia statement ya another aspirant nu walikuwa na furugana hapa na MRQ. Unaona? Huyo mwingine anasema uwezi kuja hapa saa hii ene from nowhere na ulikuwa bandeyo na hujapiga kura. Aya, sasa the other opposition sasa ni kama Senator Dulo. Senator Dulo, the senators are more corrupt than the governors. Okay. Even since Kuti time, where was the money, Isiolo money being taken every time? Why was every time they call governors kuna basha? Every time, hata hao wenyewe wanaitana Sokohuru, hata president amewaita Sokohuru. So how do you all do? Who comes? I always say, who comes to equity must come with clean hands. And some people for me, Senator Dulo is a no for governorship. Whoever is way better, not Senator Dulo, itakuwa ni mbaya kwa umma.
What is it, this one thing that has made you say that she's a no-no?
She is a no-no,
yeah.
Because first of all, she has no any you can't be in a Sokohuru since even Mark Kuti days, the first governor, money is being taken there always. She herself knows that, and you can't call other people corrupt. And I don't know even this competency where it comes from. I've never seen her progress in any academic field. 2, 3, most importantly, I have never seen any foundation, any base that you can say both personality and even her leadership style. Personally, I think she's not genuine. I don't even know. Have you seen the other day what they talk about this Kakande?
Yeah,
I mean, and all that. I was not surprised.
Okay.
Personally, I wasn't surprised, and I have known her for long. And also, me nilikuwa najua she can do that because right now ukiniuliza Senator Dulo ni dini gani, na mimi ni mtu wa Isiolo sijui, sio Mkristo, sio Muislamu, all these things iko off, hata sijui mahali yako, anything is expected. Alafu tena what she says out there and what she does is different for me. It's a no and ni watu tofauti sana na governor, na hata ikiingia hii competition sahi at Governor Guyo right now he supports President Ruto, he supports the government, but if he even goes to this election without the government, it's a landslide victory. Senator Dulo cannot even come close. If the government, and then again, let me tell you something. For these Isiolo people, my message is, musikaribie Senator Dulo in terms of vote casting. Don't itakuwa ni tumepotea. Unaona kwa Kiborana anasema umabad, na hiyo statement sio yangu. Hiyo statement wale wanajua.
So some critics argue that the opposition has really struggled now to convince people to tell them their agenda, and instead they have relied heavily on Guyo's politics and how he does his things. Do you agree with that assessment?
Come again?
You see, some critics argue that the opposition that we are having is a kind of opposition that doesn't have an agenda of convincing the people, but rather they rely heavily on Guyo's politics.
Yeah, not the other opposition, because they don't. The other. I don't know whether they are candidates because they are more. There's more in fighting. They are not focused. Maybe this MRQ guy, but. The only opposition ambaye anaongea about Governor Guyo ni Senator Dulo. Na Senator Dulo the other day, someone has a role, chair of security. Watu wanauawa hapa, why do you shout Guyo? It is her job. Na sasa mtu kama ufanye kazi yako pia unapiga kelele. Unajua the agenda. Look, let me ask you. She sits in security chair. She gets allowance.
True.
She is an elected senator. Security is not devolved. Okay. Every day people are being killed. Sure. Kazi yake ni nini? Kazi yake si tu kushout jina Guyo. Hiyo si manifesto. Okay. Unaona? So I think they only say Guyo only, Governor Guyo only, when they don't even do their own job.
Okay. So I'll talk about divisive politics. There's an unfortunate incident that recently happened, and we witnessed a controversy in Sericho where women were brought forward to distance themselves from Governor Guyo's support, with clan consideration becoming the part of the narrative. Okay, so what does this incident tell you about the nature of the politics in Isiolo?
Not only Isiolo, but also some other parts of the country and also Africa. But if you hear someone who talks of tribe, most likely they are conmen. That the agenda is tribe. Let the tribe itself own you. Yeah? How can a tribe own you? Mtu akikufa uko kwa mazishi. Mtu akiwa na shida unasaidia. Maji ikichukua floods uko ndani. Moto ikiwaka hapa uko ndani. You know? Maskini uko ndani. Yatima uko ndani. You know? For you, your value. You know? It will become on merit that even your people own you. You know? That yes. But now, how do you get a stranger who hata wengine hata waziki watu hata ukikufa, and then how can he be your own? So I think usiseme mimi ni Mborana, wacha watu waseme. Usiseme mimi ni Mkikuyu, wacha others let them say. And say Sahuye, the question is like what JFK said back in the days. Ask not what your people have done for you. Instead, ask what you have done for your people.
True. A really deep statement. Still on that, do you think that some political actors are deliberately weaponizing clan identity because they cannot compete with Governor Guyo
Of course.
on development and service delivery?
Of course. Of course, the hype is centered on emotion, cultural emotion, something that is inside, primitive. You see? But when it comes to running this race, they have not prepared. First of all, for you to say you can lead people, you must be already taken care of yourself. You see? So they can't. They have not mastered. This is a guy who built himself in Nairobi. Before he came to Isiolo, he was running. He was running in the city. He has lived his life well. He's well resourced. He did not come here to look for money. So when they come to raise resources, they will not come close. All of them put together will not come close resource-wise to Governor Guyo. Sorry, all of them put together. If they put all their bank accounts together, they will not challenge him. Two, is energetic. This is a guy. When I remember he was going polling station to polling station on the day. He was going village to village, 3 months, did not rest. This is a guy which we had narrative for 2 years. And he still went equal to us in our strongholds and beat us on the tarmac. This is a guy who is brilliant. This is a guy who is in touch with everyone. This is a guy who, when any voter meets, doesn't go back empty-handed. So hii watu ambayo wengine juzi there is some people say there is kuna watu tofauti ya hata kukua na pesa vile President Ruto alikuwa anasema kuna tofauti ya kuwa na pesa na kuna tofauti ya kupeana kuna kuwa naye kupeana ni kitu tofauti. So sasa hii watu ambaye hata wa resources development anything they cannot do anything. You unlawful wanna seek leadership. I don't understand them. You see? So ukisema wewe for example uko na pesa na haisaidii watu wako nyumbani hiyo ni kama mvua imenyesha Longono tama ama West Pokot uko wakina Lonyangapuo.
Having been on both sides of these political things and divide. So what is the biggest difference you see when it comes to the politics of 2022 and the current politics of Isiolo currently?
Yeah, it has shifted massively. First of all, people right now, just like even the other time when you see people shifting, now people ask, what value? The value. It's more value based. You understand? Even hata rafiki yangu huko MRQ alikusema semeji yangu MRQ alisema politics and interest. You see people shift Senator Dulo juzi alikuwa pande nyingine, sasa yako pande nyingine. MRQ juzi alikuwa pande nyingine, sasa yako pande nyingine. Huyo mzee yetu ya zamani Moko alikuwa pande nyingine, ako pande nyingine. So it is more interest based now. As na iwezi kwa Kiswahili sasa like wakati sisi wengine tulikuwa tunasema tuende na Borani Bade, wengine walienda na interest. Uwezi rudi geuza tena Kiswahili, you can't suddenly become very clever. Sasa unageuza leo unasema haiwezi, unakausha hapo kwa interest. Sasa and that's good politics actually. That is value based, it's issue based. Unaona what is the value? Nikisema kama governor ameleta maji basa paka Matadeda, that's good. Kama anatengeneza njia hapa ndani iko smart. Kama Abattoir iko sawa, tuko chonjo. You understand? So that is my position. But currently right now, this thing looks a lot like one horse race. Also, MRQ did not vote for him. Dulo was his opponent. She did not vote for him. It is not sober. It is absurd telling no to vote for MRQ. It will be absurd telling no to vote for He would rather work with Governor Guyo if I were him. He will work. He would rather work with Governor Guyo and go for 2032. Yeah, that is the position. So most of the I don't know. These are very disorganized. There is no opposition.
Yeah, so what do you think Governor Guyo has achieved since taking office? And these critics are totally unwilling to acknowledge what he has done.
First of all, look around. He's employed across all tribes. There. Actually, we most sometimes have big like Turkana deputy governor, the other one position CEC, all these other position. Ukiangalia upande ya Waborana pia. Actually, when it comes to the appointments, you look at this government, his clan have less numbers. And look at the Abattoir here. This Abattoir will be connecting all the counties. Marsabit, it will have take care of livestock from Wajir, Mandera. The roads, look around everywhere. Kabro is, I think there is someone, I asked around yesterday, they told me it's almost around 160. So you see? And also when you look at the employment and all the households you confirm, he is in touch with the poorest. And he's taking care of them. This is a guy who is hands-on. What I like about him is hands-on. You might find a voter, a poor guy, person, maybe from call him, hata kwa hii bases yetu ya hapa tu, anachukua. Unaona, anasort. Unaona, sometimes you take care of your people in all types of ways, in terms of employment, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of abattoir and all these watering points, matadeda, wonderful. You see, so yes, they can't compete with him.
Okay. So, since you shifted your allegiance to Governor Guyo, what do you think that Governor Guyo still needs to do better so that he can consolidate his support across all the Isiolo community and the political blocks in Isiolo?
Yeah, there is something very. When I was a critic of governor, but although I didn't know him much, so we were mostly doing politics, like they say, from imagination. Unaona? So wakati when we do politics from imagination,
yes,
you don't know this person. You don't. You maybe make critiquing on board based on clan. So when he called me, we met. He told me first, AJ, you take rest. You rest. You go have a rest. We will talk. You see, when we sat down, we talk like men. He kept his word. It is very important for any human being. It is very important for those people of faith that you keep your word. Now, two, it relates to everyone. Everyone. And I'm telling you, everyone. All tribes. He's a guy who, first of all, made his political story. There were no his clan in Nairobi. Man. Do you think in Kayole there were Borana and all that? He was seeking votes from people who are not his tribe. You can know that by the virtue that they trusted him for 15 years. Successive. Man. Successive.
yes.
You think the only time it happened was in Obama in US, and the only time it happened was this guy who was Lamu, Nani? Muhammad Ali. It is the only one who has done that who has achieved, who has succeeded in other tribes, even these big politicians in Kenya. They always first start with their backyard. He started he got votes. Alitafuta na akapata kura kutoka tribes wengine who trust him even until now. And when he came home, he still did that.
As we are wrapping up, ahead of 2027, do you see Isiolo politics becoming more issue-based or more divisive along clan lines?
Oh, I have seen it. I have said, I have addressed that. Just the other, look around. We don't, right now, is a one-horse race. Most of these, our Borana clans are on Governor Guyo's team. I am spokesperson BC. I'm still Jima Secretariat. I'm still Jima spokesperson. I am still Waso Borana professional spokesperson. So, yeah, it has changed.
Yes.
I am telling you, if it were held today, no one will. It will win by a very big margin.
So finally, the last question: having personally moved from BC camp to Governor Guyo's side, what will you tell the people who question your decision and describe it as political opportunism?
Yeah.
Looking at that camera, can you tell
Eh,
them in few words?
Okay. One, politics, siasa sio dini. That is where we are constant. Tunaangalia kibla. Sisi wote tunaamuka, we pray the same time, we pray the same rakat. Sisi tu wale Waislamu, wale Wakristo. Siasa, Raila Odinga, the late, did handshake with everybody based on the political situation at that time. The same with the likes of Junet. The same with Oburu right now. They are, Sifuna alimpeach Gachagua. Sasa wanasema watakaa pamoja. You understand? Unaona? Senator Dulo voted Guyo, Gavana Guyo. Alikuwa anasema kijana smart ako na connection. Sasa Senator Dulo sasa anasema vitu vingine. MRQ alikuwa hapa juzi anasema if hakuna mtu akona borantiti zaidi ya Gavana Guyo, and I agree with him. Sasa anasema vingine. Unaona? So first, for me, if someone is not loyal to you for politicians,
Yes.
I supported also some, all the politicians ambayo wako na kazi sahi, they weren't loyal. They did not, they betrayed trust, na they lied. And hata bibi yako aki betray trust yako, akienda mahali ingine, si utawacha tu? Wacha wanasiasa ni kidogo. Hata bibi yako akienda mbaya unawachana naye. So for me, he embodies that this is a guy I can do business with. You know, when Mandela came out of jail, he met the clerk who actually jailed him. When they sat, he felt that this is a guy who can keep his word. Both men left saying, I can do business with this man. Personally, having sat with him, I sat with a man, and I can confidently say, I can do business with this man. Wabillahi tawfiq. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Thank you very much for joining us at Through the North podcast. My name is Isiolo Guyo Ali, and the man who we have been having this candid conversation with is none other than A.G. Guracha, a man who has displayed and told us all, unfiltered and real as it is. My name is Isiolo Guyo Ali. Until next time, watch out for more episodes at True North podcast. Until next time, bye-bye.